Callme, he's getting a third base, but the thing is he doesn't have great saturation on, well, his first two bases, to be honest. But the first base is getting close to being mined out. If there was one thing I would have to say, both of these players, more probes. They probably felt that they needed as much as units as they could for that first push that did occur, but the probe count is just very low. And you know what? Here's the thing. Callme has been pushing the probes very hard since then. I've seen him chrono boosting them, getting them going. He's up 14 probes now on Yakarue, and I think that will allow him to push way far ahead. Because this is almost no saturation. Oof. And the other thing, the chrono boost, warp gate, chrono boost, warp gates, chrono boost out your, your upgrades, chrono boost out your probes, everything. Try to use those chrono boosts as much as you can. Callme is doing a much better job at that than Yakarue is. I see a small drop coming in over here. Oh, maybe it was just a one zealot doing a little bit of scouting. One zealot was doing a little bit of scouting, seeing what was going on. I gotta pay more attention to the minimap in this. Look at this. This Warp Prism is just making Yakarue go mad. He's got to run around everywhere to try to find this thing. And part of what ends up occurring is... Ooh, Archon's coming in. Part of what ends up occurring is the first thing you have to do with the Nexus is you got to pile on and then a couple cannons because you got to protect against that Warp Prism. Wasted resources. That's why I love the Warp Prism play. Lots of Archons coming in. I'm surprised he doesn't go for the Storm research. You get a good storm off, they do a huge hit to the to armies, especially because you know the Protoss love doing big balls of units. I'm almost sad. It looks like we're not going to see any Colossus in these engagements, especially with the type of army both of these teams have. Colossus just tear through sentries and zealots like they're nothing. But the downside is with these blink stalkers, you just blink right into the middle of the army, snipe out the Colossus, and then it's a very interesting match at that point. Second Forge is going down for Yakarue, so he is going to be he's going to get double upgrades. He is getting that level 1 armor and the Warp Prism drop again. He should have got those cannons, actually. He put that there so he can warp in, but I don't know. I think he could have kept fighting that. Ooh, one Zealot was down to nothing, but I think he could have knocked out those Zealots and gotten those probes away. Units, again, 52 to 35 probes, and that is why Callme is ahead by 40 or so food. That is huge, and as soon as you hit that 200 mark, you want to push out as soon as you can. Basically, when you hit 200, you want to start throwing away what you can and then rebuild your army. Keep making the other group suffer, and that is a lot of Immortals. That Immortal count will just wreak havoc when they get in there. And the cool thing is, he doesn't actually have to bring in a probe. He can use that Warp Prism to warp in units, whatever location he wants. If he wants to set up shop here, 5 seconds he's got it going. And he's going to make a push for this expansion and take it out. So we are going to see an engagement right here. Very big part of this is going to be those force fields. And after the blink away, oh, those Archons are left alone. That's very, very... Oh... Wow, there's the force field. Look at this. He cut that army in half. That is absolutely going to destroy things. Callme needs to just back off at this point. Oh, he is being torn up. Those Archons are doing so much damage at this point. Those Immortals are taking a heavy toll, and there's the blink in to finally kill your opponent. He needs to focus fire on the Immortals, though, because they will take out Stalkers so fast. 6, 7, 8 kills on both of those before they went down. And you know what? That blink was bad because he didn't take out those Immortals. Wow. I did not see that coming. Now, the only downside is he is able to warp in units, warp in reinforcements. He did not use this Warp Prism to help himself out and get in reinforcements. And, man, that Immortal going to town on those Stalkers. 12 kills. And he is able to take out that Nexus, which is absolutely huge. That leaves him essentially on one mining base. But then again, with the amount of probes he has enough to saturate 1 1/4 bases, so that's not huge, but it will play a big part if he doesn't get another Nexus up and running soon. And in the meantime, I like this. Call me in the meantime. While that was going on, he did drop a Nexus, so he does have another mining base. So he is now on 4 base, and he has 2 of these very well saturated. Third one's not great saturation, but that's okay, because one of the main things I was talking about, he's up to 60 probes almost compared to 37 on Yakarue. That alone, I mean, he's got 1,000 units. His macro's kind of slip, or 1,000 money. If his macro's slipping a bit, if he were to warp in and just push right away, I don't think Yakarue could do anything about it at that point. Do we have any other unique plays going on? Wow, look at that. He is getting up to a ground level 3 at this point. Yakarue, on the other hand, he does have level 3 already, and I believe he's researched... No, he got that double forge. He's researching 3, and he's doesn't even have 1 armor, though. That's very... Or, he does have 1 armor. He needs to get a second going. And why he's not able to is he's mined out this assimilator, and he doesn't even realize it at this point. Yeah, he needs to get this fully saturated. He does need to get that Nexus up. For anything, the gas is very important. I completely forgot about that. Whereas he can warp in. He's got still 6 different places that he can get gas from if he wants to. These are very close to being mined out. They'll be mined out within a minute. Ooh, taking the gold. This is a very risky and very smart play, though, because I don't know if it's very smart. The thing is, his food count, he's down by 60 right now. The army size... Yeah, look at that army supplies. 40 difference at the 50 almost difference at this point. So if he gets a push, I don't think he can hold back. That is a lot of Archons, but I don't think he has enough to deal with this. This is a lot of army coming his way. I understand why he feels the need for going for the gold, but I think it may have just been badly timed. And he is going to see that gold coming up, and he is not going to lay back. He's going to push right now. Right as he's nearing 200, that's a beautiful thing. He blinks up so that he can get some better range on everything. Archon's starting to go down left and right, and he's calling the GG right away. There was no chance. Very good game. I really think probe production played a big key. After that first engagement, it was quite literally just the fact that Callme was willing to spend the money and get those probes up and running, and it allowed him to out-macro his opponent. So even though he was a little bit ahead on upgrades, it didn't much matter because he didn't have the units to play for it. So overall, that was a fun trio of series, a trio of games that were very enjoyable to watch, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to cast this for you and commentate it. And yeah, I believe I will have some more series up pretty soon. I did get a couple series packs in from Ian, so yeah, this is Suva calling off for this game, and I will see you next series.